Geoffrey Grunt, an easy-peasy person from Easy-Peasy Island in the middle of the terrific ocean, by Roger Hargreaves and Gray Joliffe. This is a tall story about someone who is jolly tall. Geoffrey Grunt, the easy-peasy giraffe. He lives in Long Neck Cottage in the easy-peasy Serengeti on Easy-Peasy Island in the middle of the terrific ocean. Giraffes, as you and I well know, are the tallest animals ever. And Geoffrey Grunt certainly is the tallest person on Easy-Peasy Island. Would you like to know how tall he is? Well, if I told you, you wouldn't believe me anyway. But I will tell you anyway. He is very, 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 very tall. Tremendously tall, that's what. There are some good things about being tall, according to Geoffrey. He can go to the Easy-Peasy Stadium to get the best view of any event. And all without having to pay. Go team! When he goes to the city centre, he can look at his reflection in the topmost set of windows. Impressive, isn't it? And for that matter, he can even use a cliff as a chair when he's at the beach. Very useful indeed. Whoa! But where there's good, there's bad. Geoffrey Grunt can't deal with hurting his head on low doorways. It's a real knockout. Ow, that hurts!
That's so funny!
On foggy days, he couldn't see where he was going, and he would walk slap bang straight into Charlie Oink's apple collection. "Oi, what's your stat, lad?" called Charlie. "Whoops, sorry, Charlie," called Geoffrey. And he has tremendous difficulty tying his shoelaces, so he often asks the other easy-peasy people to tie them for him. Even if that easy-peasy person is Simon Scheme, the mischievous easy-peasy weasel. He would just tie his shoelaces together with wild abandon. And because these problems were many, Geoffrey went to go and see his good friend Steve Snap, the easy-peasy crocodile. "I hate being tall," wailed Geoffrey. "It's such a pain. All I do is hurt my head, not watch my step and trip over. Please, Steve, you gotta help me." "Well, if that's what you want, mate," said Steve unnervingly, and clicked his magic fingers. Down and down shrunk Geoffrey until he was about the size of a human child. "Thanks so much, Steve," thanked Geoffrey, and off he set. Steve looked worried. "Poor guy," he thought. "I don't think he'll like being shot in the head." Meanwhile, Geoffrey was having the time of his life, showing off his new height to everyone. "Hey there, folks," he greeted. "Geoffrey here. Check out my new size." But everyone gave him funny looks. They thought it was someone they'd never seen before. Geoffrey came across Molly Moo, carrying bags of flour, eggs, butter and milk. "Hey there, Molly," he greeted. "Where are you off to?" Molly didn't know it was Geoffrey. She thought it was a stranger. "I don't know what you want from me, nor do I care. I'm off to bake a cake, and you're not allowed any. You're a complete stranger." And she bustled off, leaving Geoffrey looking dumbfounded. Geoffrey went on his way until he came across Donald Drone, the easy-peasy beetle. He was carrying a ladder and some leaves. "Hello there, Donald," greeted Geoffrey. "What are you doing with those leaves and that ladder?" "What are you talking about, wee man?" spluttered Donald. "I'm taking this round to Geoffrey Grunt's house. You're not Geoffrey. Now whisht and let me be on my way." Geoffrey couldn't understand why everyone was being so dismissive to him. He sat down on a park bench feeling very worried. It was then that Lakeisha Leap, the easy-peasy gazelle, came somersaulting by with streamers in her hands. "Are you going somewhere, Lakeisha?" asked Geoffrey.
Your size looks strange. It's not really my style,
said Lakeisha politely, and somersaulted on her merry way. Poor Geoffrey. He just sat there feeling very sorry for his new height. He decided he didn't want to be short anymore. While he was moping and doping, who should come along but Francine Flutter, the easy-peasy butterfly.
Hi, little giraffe guy.
She greeted.
There's a celebration going on at Charlie Oink's place, and I haven't said a word to anyone yet, so I might as well tell you first it's a surprise party for Geoffrey Grunt and...
And she was just about to continue when Geoffrey rose to his feet. A party for me? He queried in surprise.
No, I said it's for Geoffrey Grunt, the tall giraffe guy. You're not tall, but you look like a giraffe. Do you have any issues with your height at all? And...
But that was as far as Francine got. Geoffrey was off like a dart to Charlie Oink's house to see what was going on with his surprise party. What was going on there was a hive of activity. Everyone was preparing. Lakeisha Leap was somersaulting everywhere, putting the streamers up. Bill Buzz was rushing around putting the candles on the jolly tall cake. Donald Drone was carrying the presents. Oh, there was so much to do. Eventually all was ready. But where was Geoffrey? My goodness, sighed Molly Moo. I wish I could get stuck into that cake right this very moment. Gladys Gaggle, the bossy easy-peasy goose, couldn't wait any longer either.
Sergio,
she demanded,
go and look for Geoffrey Grunt. He could be anywhere.
Sergio slurped the curious easy-peasy anteater and looked over the hedge. But there was no sign of Geoffrey anywhere. Oh no! He is nowhere to be seen! He said. It was then that Geoffrey arrived. Hey there, what seems to be the problem? He asked. Hey, by gum, didn't we tell you, lad? Replied Charlie Oink. We prepared a surprise party for Geoffrey Grunt. It's his birthday today, so we thought we'd give him a party to remember, added Molly Moo.
And he's the best giraffe ever!
Giggled Willy Week. Do you ken where he is? Asked Donald Drone. But I am Geoffrey! Blurted out Geoffrey. Everyone was very surprised. It was then that Steve Snap walked by with a scowl on his face. He clicked his fingers, and Geoffrey Grunt grew back to his old tall size again. Oh, thank you, Steve! Cheered Geoffrey. Now listen here, mate, called Steve from below. That'll be the last time ever you wish for something like that again. And off he stomped, muttering. Geoffrey took no notice and began celebrating his birthday party with his very good friends. He gave a piece of his jolly tall cake to Winnie Week. He opened up his present, which was a jolly long bed, and he had such a merry time with his good friends. And they loved it. For after all, an easy-peasy person is an easy-peasy person, no matter how tall.